Coming up, strengthening labs and health equity around the world, a story from Vietnam. Plus, put down that remote, the new CAP On Demand is ready to surf and binge in just a few clicks. Welcome to the Path News Network Daily Edition from the College of American Pathologists. I'm Elizabeth McMahon. It's Wednesday, October 8th, and here are the headlines. How do pathology labs in under-resourced countries improve quality and ultimately their patients' health? For the Vinh Mec Times City International Hospital in Hanoi, gaining CAP accreditation took 4 years of hard work and close partnership with the CAP Foundation. In an article in today's Clinical Lab magazine, Dr. Gail Vance, chair of the Foundation's Global Pathology Committee, describes the collaboration that led to the Vietnam Hospital's dual certification by the CAP and the Joint Commission International. Since 2019, the Foundation's Global Pathology Committee has supported more than 100 pathologists in 45 countries. You've heard the saying, "The only constant is change." Pathologists are no strangers to upheaval, but when it happens in your workplace, it can throw everything off balance. Learn how to navigate uncertain terrain by tuning into the CAP's Leadership Through Transitions and Change webinar on October 28th at 1 p.m. Central. You'll hear experienced leaders offer tips on how to address culture shifts and other stressors that will ultimately help you improve efficiency, satisfaction, and staff retention. Genomics is a key driver of personalized medicine, but with AI and machine learning in the mix, what comes next for precision health? In a new interview, Dr. David Rim of Yale University explores initiatives in quantitative pathology that are advancing cancer care. In a recent study in JAMA Network Open, Dr. Rim, a CAP member, found that an algorithm developed with machine learning was more precise than pathologists in counting lymphocytes inside tumors. Though the results are promising, in an interview with Cancer Network, Dr. Rim says only time will tell if AI's role will move significantly beyond time-saving and efficiency functions in labs. And finally, a binge-worthy video channel just for pathologists. This week, the members-only CAP On Demand debuted, loaded with video content and ready for personalization and streaming. I spoke with Dr. Joel Monker, chair of the CAP's Council on Scientific Affairs, about the channel, its features, and plans for its growth. Can you provide a little background on this project? Why the need for CAP On Demand now for membership?
Yeah, I think that pathologists are always looking for great educational content. They have to embrace both the fundamentals of the practice of pathology and the kind of frontiers of future practice, and that's hard to do. And so high quality educational content is really great to have, and video and audio content is particularly useful because sometimes you just really like to hear a trusted expert communicate how they deal with specific scenarios and diagnostic dilemmas and things like that. And so I think that CAP On Demand really serves that purpose. It's a Netflix-like interface that really makes all that educational content much more personalized and much more accessible, which is exciting.
What are some of the platform's most useful features?
The user interface is just simply outstanding. And I think it's familiar to anybody who's used a streaming service like Netflix or Hulu or something like that. It presents content to you based upon your stated preferences or filters. And so, and also your past use of the platform. So it presents things that it has a list of things you might want that might interest you. You can filter it by subspecialty. And so if you're a genitourinary pathologist like I am, or a molecular and genetic pathologist like I also do, you can filter it for those subspecialties. You can filter it by lecturer or by expert. And so if you really are fond of one particular pathologist's philosophy or the way they communicate or teach, then you can select them and you'll be presented with any new material that they create. And then it just learns about you as you use it so that it can personalize the material and, again, making it much more accessible and personalized for you, which is, I think, what every pathologist really wants.
What kind of content is on the platform now, and how do you see it growing?
Yeah, I think that for starters, the CAP began with content from the annual meetings from 2023 through 2025. And so they've broken that into more bite-sized segments of information or pieces of information. And so that's what it will begin with. But then moving forward, though, I think the CAP is really excited about CAP members creating content and specifically creating this, shorter, bite-sized, kind of just-in-time information, which is exactly what CAP members have been asking for. CAP members are, always asking for educational content, and they also want it to be shorter and more targeted so that they can really get the answer that they want right away.
That's it for today's Daily Edition. You can find more details on all of these stories in our show notes. Don't miss our advocacy newsletter on Tuesdays and our weekly edition newsletter on Thursdays. We'll be back tomorrow at 5 a.m. Eastern. You can subscribe to this show on Apple, Spotify, or your favorite podcast app. I'm Elizabeth McMahon. Have a great day.